For a long time, South Surrey and White Rock residents have upheld a not here attitude when it comes to sexual exploitation. This perspective has been allowed and successfully maintained by the significant increase of gang violence and criminal activity happening in other nearby town centres such as Whalley, Newton, and Fleetwood. The neighbourhoods, which all have lower socioeconomic populations, have long been synonymous with drugs, murders, guns, and sexual exploitation involving young people, spurring a requirement for action from police, healthcare, bodies, and social service agencies.
We are two child and youth care practitioners and students who live, work, and learn on the unceded, occupied, ancestral, and traditional lands of the Coast Salish peoples, locally the Semiahmoo First Nation. Our partnership on this initiative began when, through our current work with youth, we discovered that exploitation of youth was occurring in our community. After initiating further conversations with youth and community care providers, we found that the majority of sexual exploitation was being perpetrated by youth who are of a similar age to their victims. These incidents were going unreported, and no one seemed to be engaging in services specifically aimed at addressing and preventing sexual exploitation. The main reason for this is an absence of accessible services and misinformation around what sexual exploitation is. We agreed that continuing to have an absence of services was incredibly harmful to the immediate and long-term health of the youth here in White Rock and South Surrey, so therefore, It Happens was born. Our program focuses on raising awareness to the sexual exploitation of youth. Sexual exploitation occurs in many forms and affects all youth regardless of gender, race, or sexuality.
Involved in our project are child and youth care students, additional community support such as teachers, parents, and child and youth care programming coordinators, members of youth groups, and helping professionals.
We recognize that there are some barriers to overcome with this project, such as adding extra responsibilities to educators within the community who already have overwhelming responsibilities to be diligent in protecting a child's safety.
The sexual exploitation of youth in South Surrey and White Rock is allowed to continue because as a community, we only recognize it is happening in the most extreme forms. We don't have a grasp of the spectrum of which sexually exploitive behavior exists on.
Though our community may be economically healthy, sexual exploitation does not discriminate, and rather than continue to perpetuate the perception that it does not exist, here we want to acknowledge it, talk about it, and support those who experience it.
Intention here is not to draw focus from the services and needs of other areas, but rather to create a space online in the absence of a physical one, where individuals can access resource information, education, experience safe community, ask confidential questions, and grow their knowledge and awareness about the occurrence of sexual exploitation in South Surrey and White Rock.
For more information, please visit our website or our social media links.